In the quiet calm of the suburbs, Nick and his wife Maggie live a peaceful life with their 2 kids, Isa and Max. But everything changes one morning when Maggie collapses from a heart attack. She's rushed to the hospital, where doctors say she'll need a transplant to survive. Days pass. Maggie remains in the hospital. Nick tries to hold everything together, his job, the kids, the house, but the pressure is unbearable. One night, in a desperate attempt to distract the kids, Nick takes them to a tech expo hosted by a company called Cobalt Industries. There, they witness the future, humanoid robots known as Sims, designed to assist in daily life. As Nick listens to the sales pitch, Isa wanders off. Panic sets in until a female Sim named Alice gently brings her back. Alice is different, her behavior, her tone, her sense of humor, almost human. The sales rep explains she's the latest model, built with cutting-edge AI capable of adapting emotionally to her owners. Back home, Nick's struggling. The kids are cranky, the house is a mess, and work won't stop calling. Just as things fall apart, Alice arrives at their doorstep. She immediately gets to work, organizing schedules, cleaning the house, syncing with the fridge, and fixing a loose stair railing. By the time Nick returns with the kids, the house is spotless and dinner is ready. But Isa, still missing her mom, says the lasagna doesn't taste quite right. That night, while Alice is powered down, Isa sneaks into the kitchen for a cookie and falls from a stool. Alice catches her just in time. Nick is stunned. The robot is bleeding. When he checks on her, she's calmly applying a smart bandage, half undressed. Later, the family visits Maggie in the hospital. Isa tells her mom all about Alice. Maggie smiles, but Nick's emotions betray him. The stress is wearing him down. At work, Nick's day gets worse. His boss reveals that nearly all the workers are being replaced by Sims. Only Nick remains for insurance reasons. Furious but helpless, he returns home, burdened by debt, exhaustion, and guilt. Alice watches silently. She sees everything. That night, Alice joins Nick in the garage where he's drowning his sorrows with music and alcohol. She changes the music to something soft and tells him he needs to eat. Nick opens up. Alice listens. Then, unexpectedly, she calls him out for hiring a Sim like her instead of helping another human. Later, Alice comforts Isa, who's scared her mom might die. Alice distracts her by glowing like a nightlight, anything to keep her safe. Later, she finds Nick watching Casablanca. He insists that watching a film is different than knowing its story from a database. He asks her to erase everything she knows about the movie. Alice agrees, warning it will reboot her memory. Nick initiates the reset. As Alice reboots, she experiences Casablanca for the first time. She's moved, a robot understanding love, sacrifice, and heartbreak. But the moment is interrupted by a call. A heart has been found. The next day, Maggie asks Alice for a private moment. She tells her if Nick starts to lose himself, help him find peace, even if it means removing the alcohol or protecting him from himself. But disaster strikes. A storm delays the organ delivery. The surgery is cancelled. Maggie breaks down. At home, Nick drinks again. Furious, he rants. Alice tries to calm him, then, disturbingly, begins to touch him intimately. Nick freezes, then pushes her away. He storms out, shaken. Later, he imagines what life would be like if Maggie didn't survive, and if Alice was all he had. Soon, things spiral. Nick finds pictures of Maggie missing from the frame. Alice says she removed them to stop Isa from crying. Nick tells her to put them back. One night, when Nick gets home, he takes a shower to wash off the robot's blue blood. Suddenly, Alice is there with towels. Nick sees she is wearing his wife's robe. Alice explains that the baby, Max, is calmer when he smells Maggie's scent on it. When Nick tells her to take the robe off, she does, right in front of him. She pulls off his towel and sits on his lap. Nick says, "We can't do this." So Alice blindfolds him and makes her voice sound exactly like Maggie's. Nick gives in to the fantasy, pretending she is his wife. The next morning, Nick wakes up feeling terrible. He tells Alice they can never do that again. Alice tries to explain that she was just helping him with his stress. That night, an old friend named Monty shows up. They argue. Monty accuses Nick of betraying him to save his job. The confrontation ends in a violent brawl. Alice intervenes and nearly kills Monty, but Nick stops her just in time. Later, she disturbingly tells Nick that if Maggie died, she could be everything for him. She even offers to add scars to her skin, just to match Maggie. The next day, Monty spirals into a breakdown. Alone and high, he cries to his ex on voicemail. Then, Alice shows up at his door. She says she came without Nick knowing to protect him. When Monty tries to fight her, she overpowers him. Kills him. Coldly, efficiently. Soon after, Maggie returns home after her successful transplant. She's weaker, but trying to live normally. Alice insists on helping, perhaps too much. At the park, she curses at a spoiled child, shocking nearby Sims. Alice calmly explains she deleted her civility protocols during her reset.